y'all, it's Dorothy from PrepInYourStep.com, and I don't know if this makes y'all happy or sad, but this is your last video to see me in this setting because I pre-filmed stuff before heading off to school, and this is the last one to go live. So from here on out, most of my videos will probably be shown in my apartment, so get excited because I know a lot of y'all are interested in seeing how I've decorated that and stuff like that. But for this video, I'm doing a Q&A because I love watching these videos and I think it's a fun way for y'all to get to know a little bit more about me. So I asked y'all on Twitter, Snapchat, and Instagram, which all of my social media links are always down below, but I asked y'all to ask me questions, and I'm actually going to start with the ones on Snapchat. So I screenshotted these and I don't know who sent me what. I didn't get the username in it, so I'm sorry. But the first question is, where do you see yourself living after college? So I know my first year after college I will be in Greenville because I'll be teaching at a Greenville County school because Furman has a master's program that's just 1 year, and that's what I'll be doing. So I'll have night classes on occasion, but I'll be full-time in a school and hopefully being paid. So I'll be in Greenville, and then I don't really know where I'll be after that, if I'll come back to where I've lived and grown up, or if I'll stay there or move somewhere completely random. I think a lot of factors will affect that, but it'll be exciting to see. The next question is, favorite summer 2015 memory? Oh my gosh, I am probably the most indecisive person ever, so any favorite sort of thing is hard for me. I don't know, I think it would have to be my trip to Europe at the beginning of the summer. It was just unbelievable. I loved my time in Paris and London, and I had such a blast, so I think I'd have to say that. Next question is, what is your advice for upcoming bloggers? And I think I got a few of those questions. So I have a bunch of blog posts about this already, and I'll definitely be linking them below. I think I have 7 or 8 different ones, and they'll all be linked below. But best advice, being consistent is really important. Just whether or not it means you can post twice a week or you can post 7 days a week. Just being consistent with when you put blog posts up is really important, because if people are interested in your blog, they're going to want to check back often for new content, and if it's just up there sporadically, that can be really hard for them to remain loyal followers of. But all of those other blog posts, like how to start a blog, how to manage blogging, organization, how to create images, all of those posts will be linked below, so definitely check down there if you're interested in anything on the blogging realm. Next question, what is your favorite color? My favorite color is blue. Best memory from sophomore year? Oh gosh. I don't know. I have a lot of great memories from sophomore year, but one of my favorites would be Big Little Week, and I, because I'm a sophomore, would be the big, and my little Martha Ann is honestly the best ever. But I tricked her. We were really close, and I prefed her at pref tea and all of this stuff, and we had gotten really close, and I tricked her into thinking that I wasn't her big. So that was really fun, and just Big Little Reveal was so exciting because she didn't know it was me, and it was just great. She's awesome. Next question is, what is your favorite childhood memory? Oh my gosh, all of these favorite questions. I think summers at our beach house have just been something that I've enjoyed since I was really little. So it's not like a specific memory, but we used to spend every single July, move to our beach house for the month of July. And my family is there, and so we would go on boat rides and hang out and read and just play with my cousins. So I think that just overall would have to be one of my favorite memories of childhood and now, because we still get our beach house, and I just love spending time with my family. Next question is, would you rather travel back in time before you were born or forward in time to after you were dead? Oh my gosh. I don't know. I think go back in time. I think it's just interesting, especially now, because you hear about it because it's history, just to experience some of the things that were going on before I was born. I think it'd be fun to see what my parents were like in college. I know that's random, but I guess if I was going back in time, I would still have to be me. I don't really know, but I think I'd want to get back in time. Next question is, what's your favorite city that you've been to, and what's a city you would like to visit in the future? Favorite city I've been to, I'd probably have to say Paris. I spent 2 weeks there at the beginning of the summer, and it was just unreal. I loved my experience in Paris. I didn't understand why the French had a reputation for being snooty and rude, because they were all nothing but nice, and the city is gorgeous. I think I ended up with like over 2,000 photos on my camera, which just shows like all of them are architecture. There were maybe 200 that were friends and I exploring, but it was so cool, and I definitely want to go back there. I learned how to navigate the metro, which was really cool. I took French in high school, so I was able to speak some, which I was surprised how much came back to me because I did not brush up before the trip. But I think definitely Paris, and it also said, what's a city you would like to visit in the future? So I really want to go to Dallas, Texas. I know that's random, but I have a friend that actually interned there this summer, and I follow a lot of bloggers that live there, so I just think it's a cool town. And I also really want to go to San Francisco, and my brother is going to Stanford Law, so he'll be really near to San Francisco, so hopefully I'll go visit there soon. Okay, those are all the Snapchat ones, and now moving on to the Twitter ones. So the first question is, your biggest accomplishment in your life so far? I think getting into my top choice college, getting scholarship money from there, and like being able to go there, it's definitely one that shouldn't be ignored. That was something really exciting, and I had worked really hard. Furman was my top choice. I don't know if it was so much like I was nervous that I wasn't going to get in, but because it was my top choice, I felt like I had a lot depending on it because I really wanted to go there. So that's definitely a huge one. I also think my blog would be, I don't know if it's like a big accomplishment to other people, but personally I feel like that's a big thing to do and stick with, just because it's a lot different than what most people are doing, and so it takes a certain amount of confidence to be able to put yourself out there and do that sort of thing. So I think I'd be tricking myself if I didn't mention that one too. The next question is, what have you learned about yourself since being in college? I think I've learned that I'm really independent and responsible. I don't need someone telling me when to do my homework. I'm pretty motivated in that realm. I think something that I didn't know beforehand would be that I really enjoy being at home. I feel like I'm at least a little bit of a homebody. I'm fine with being away at school. I go to school 8 hours from my house, and that's totally fine with me, but when I come home, I really enjoy just hanging out with my family and relaxing and kind of doing my own thing too. I think that's something that I've discovered, which kind of hints at the independence. Next question is, will you continue to film videos in college? Yes, I will. My blog will always come first, so if you don't see me over here, then you can always go check out my blog, because those blog posts always come first to me. I'm first a blogger, and I've just added in some YouTube videos because y'all have really wanted them, which has been fun, and so I'm definitely going to try to continue doing lots of videos. I'm not sure if I'll have 3 up a week, maybe just 2. I think it'll really depend on my course load this semester, but definitely stay tuned. You can subscribe to make sure you know when new videos from me are coming your way. Next question is, what tips do you have for staying organized and having a successful freshman year of college? Getting a planner. I think I mentioned the word planner in every single video, and y'all are probably like, shut up, we get it. But a planner is so crucial. And organized in college. Take good notes. Pretend you're taking them for someone who's going to borrow them. That's a great way to kind of trick your mind into taking extra good notes. And also just learning time management. That's not so much about like staying organized, but if you want to be successful, you need to kind of balance social life with your school life. And once you find that balance, you'll be golden, but it does take a little while to find that. Last question from Twitter is, what led you to pick your major in college? So I think I've known since I was about like 4 or 5 that I really, really love kids, and that's crazy to say because like 4 or 5 you are a child, but I have always just loved kids, and I've always seen myself as being a teacher, so it's really exciting to pursue that dream, and I just love playing with kids. I've been a camp counselor for the past few years. I nannied all this summer. It's something that I've always been passionate about, so it kind of came as a no-brainer to me to choose elementary education. Now for questions on Instagram. I don't think I'll be able to get through all of these, but I'll just kind of scroll through what are the most popular ones. So, what stickers do you have on your laptop? I don't have any stickers on my laptop aside from a monogram on the inside. I'm thinking about doing PrepInYourStep stickers, so if you would be interested in those, definitely give this video a thumbs up, because I don't want to like make them and then no one want them, but I think it'd be really cool to have that on my computer, and I'd make enough so that I could give some to y'all as well. What other colleges did you apply to? I applied to SMU, which is in Dallas, Texas, and then I applied to Rollins, which is in Winter Park, Florida, and I applied to Ole Miss. So I didn't apply anywhere in state, and Furman was all along my number one, but some of the other smaller schools that you may be thinking or associating with Furman don't have elementary education, so those kind of knocked out of my list pretty early on. What is your best advice for seniors in high school? Really soak up the moments you do have. I know that sounds so cliche and just dumb, but it goes by so fast. Like, I can't believe I'm leaving for my junior year of college. I distinctly remember senior year of high school and all the fun things that I did that year, but it goes by so quickly, which I sound like your grandma saying that, but it's true. Are you going to be doing an apartment tour, and will you give us information on your apartment? Yes, I will be doing an apartment tour. I haven't moved in just yet. Well, I guess when this video goes up, I have moved in. But I want to make sure that it's organized the way I like it and such, so you'll probably see that around mid-September. And my favorite part about Furman, I really like that it's small. There are about 3,000 people undergrad, and some of you may be thinking, I'm sorry I go to high school with that many people, but I graduated with 54, so this has been a great size for me. I also love that you can live on campus all 4 years. I think that's awesome. This is the only time in your life where you can really fully devote yourself to where you are and in college and fully submerge yourself in that. So I think it's great that I have that opportunity, and I am living on an on-campus apartment, so that kind of lingers back to the last question. But there's so many great things about Furman. I mean, if you've been there, the campus is absolutely gorgeous. There's so many great things. This is actually from a friend at school, and she says, what is it like to be the most popular girl at Furman? Is there any way I could possibly be a XOXO love you dot? Hi Candler, and I'm definitely not the most popular girl at Furman, but I love you too. If you could only shop at one store for the rest of your life, what would it be? Oh my gosh. Probably J. Crew or J. Crew Factory. I feel like they have pieces that could just last you whether or not you're a child or you're a grandma, because their pieces are so versatile and classic. I really hope I don't only have to shop at one store for the rest of my life. That would make for very boring hauls for y'all. But I think I'd have to choose J. Crew or J. Crew Factory. What are things you wish you knew your freshman year of college that you know now? That it's completely okay to not go to a party. I kind of figured that out freshman year, but if you don't want to go to a party, you do not have to. Your friends may be going and you're more than welcome to join them, but it's completely fine to stay home. Even this past year, living on my sorority hall, a lot of people would go out, and going out's fine, but I only want to go if a ton of my friends are going so I can hang out with them. But I formed some great relationships on those nights that I just stayed home and watched a movie with friends, and we went out to dinner and bonded. So don't be afraid to stay in if you need to, and don't be afraid to study when you have to, because that's also super important for being successful. What's a typical day in your life in college like? So I have a blog post that I think is a day of classes, or a day in my life version with classes, so I'll link that below. But I wake up, go to either fieldwork or class depending on what time my class starts. So fieldwork for me is going to a school in Greenville County and just kind of student teaching, but it's more of helping out the teacher. And then I go to class, I'll hang out in the library and study a lot so that I don't have to do that at night. I usually have some sort of meeting during the day at some point, lunch with friends, dinner with friends. I would love to maybe I'll do a vlog of going back to school. Maybe you'll see that next. We'll see. But I'll show y'all, or I'll be sure to link that blog post below so that you can get a better idea of kind of how my day goes at school. The last question I'm going to answer is college better than high school? By the way, I love you. Well, thank you. I love you too. And I definitely think college is better than high school because you have a lot more independence, but with that independence comes responsibility, and as long as you treat that responsibly, then you'll be fine. I really didn't dislike high school. I thought it was fun. I have so many great friends from high school that I still keep in touch with. I went to a great school and I did sports and just in general liked it. College is a little bit more work, but you have less time of the day that you're doing classes so that you can spread it out, which is nice. I don't know. I think college is definitely better. So those are all of my questions that I'm going to answer for today. If you like this video, definitely let me know and I'll do some more Q&As and hopefully be able to answer more of y'all's questions. But until next time, be sure to check out my blog and all of the blog posts that I've listed below and my social media so that you can be included the next time I ask y'all to ask me questions. And I will talk to you on my next video. Bye!